Yeah.
We have an intro?
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Bachelor Party. All right, I am Ryan Stickjoner.
Devin Boudreaux.
Jason Boudreaux.
And we're here for one thing and one thing only. Nerd life is fun and we like having it. So, anyway, it is quite a week since we've gone together. Actually, 2 weeks since we've gone together. Actually, possibly 3.
Because we have shit to do.
But we have real life. But, speaking of real life, Dave, make your phone shut up.
So, are we talking about Civil War or what?
All right, well, we could talk about Civil War, but the whole world's talking about Civil War. You know what, Devin? You barely said anything last time. What do you want to talk about?
Nobody cares.
I'm just here to read the comments.
All right. So anyway.
Okay, can we just talk, okay. We all love the movie. Okay,
Yeah.
just get that out there, okay? But find 2 things that you don't like, because I got the 2 things I don't like, and it's like the most stupidest things.
Can I say the first? I want to say the first.
Talked about it earlier.
I want to say the
and
first.
I was told that I'm an idiot, and they're right. So I got nothing.
I'm going to say the first one. Paprikash. I don't give a shit that Vision can cook.
Actually, he can't cook. I think she made that clear.
Yeah, it was actually
can't-
shit.
I think it's clear that he has no taste. I think
Okay.
that's what it is.
Me?
Yeah, but she's
We're
hot
just gonna
as
name
fuck,
one thing.
so he does have taste in some ways.
Okay, I'll do my 2 real
He
fast.
doesn't
Okay.
know anything about the food, but he knows all about the pussy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, totally.
He wasn't
Good
wearing those
call.
weird outfits for himself.
Yeah.
He's like,
maybe
I'm
the
classy.
machine can tell that she's aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's like your cheekbones seem to be just the right length, and your eyes are not bizarrely far apart from each other.
Yeah.
And
What is that from?
and unlike your twin sisters, not one of you has a drug problem. So, hey.
I'm all in.
Yeah. All right. So, what was the second part?
Okay,
you know,
so
like
so
Civil
no,
War?
my 2, I'll just say them really fast. Maybe the title of the movie should have been called Civil War because it wasn't really like Civil
yeah,
War.
Jay was saying
Okay,
about that. Last
and 2, Aunt May should have had a little bit of gray hair. That's it, just a little bit, because she is 50. You got gray.
Okay,
Jay Bush, right?
Jay,
Am I right?
Jay started the topic.
Gray Bush.
Have you ever had to know?
None.
But it's a
Okay.
common fact, though.
My life is good. None.
I've had Gray Bush.
You
What's
don't
up?
know this. Maybe the curtains don't match the drapes. Maybe down there
No
she's
way.
Old Man Winter. And
It's so obvious it's a dye job.
okay.
She's a hot Aunt May. There's nothing wrong with a hot Aunt May.
Yeah.
I'm totally down with
She's
that.
bald as Peter's face down there. Definitely.
From what we know of Marissa Tomei, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. The wrestler.
Yeah, I just kept picturing her naked in The Wrestler, being like, but it's kind of funny though, because her and Robert Downey Jr. were in that movie Only You together in the 90s.
I just put together that she's in The Wrestler. I didn't even realize
What?
that it's on. I know when I watched it that it was her, but I'd forgotten about that part in The Wrestler. So yeah,
Back to reality.
And Mickey Rourke is an Iron Man too. What? We just blew
The
this thing.
connection.
Whoa!
Well, so,
Whiplash was looking at Aunt May.
Oh.
Sexy time.
yeah.
More than looking.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's true.
does anyone want to combat Jason's disputes right there? Because I will say that
Okay, the gray hair thing is stupid.
Aunt May is 52 years old.
In the
cool with the
21st
hot
century.
Aunt
I
May.
get that. I get that.
That
But this is me as a
actress,
They
fan.
dye their hair. All women dye their hair.
Oh, actually, I have my second one since we're supposed to do 2.
What was your first?
My first. What was my first?
Property cash.
Oh, yeah,
Paprika.
right.
Like
Okay.
it's just like I
I
don't.
thought you were fucking
like,
around.
No,
he's dead
it's true. It's like
Okay.
fuck it. But my second one is also about Vision. Is like during the
Why are you
airport.
hating on Vision?
Just because during the airport scene, what the fuck was he doing? Like just
Nothing,
flying around.
because he's too powerful.
No, yeah, he was
No,
just
no,
like, nah, everybody's one-on-one. I'm just
Guys.
gonna leave it at that.
Okay, fuck you. During a chess game, you don't take your fucking queen and king and say, you can move anywhere on the board. Get him. No, you put the pawns first, motherfucker.
No, but he came out. He drew a line in the ground. It's like you cross this, and it's on. And it's like okay, it's on. And Vision's like
Tony drew that line.
No, it was Vision.
Yeah.
It was the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It was
Yeah.
mine. So I'm
So it's like
sorry.
so they're
sorry.
they're
I-
running towards
I
each
fucked my
other, and then
geekdom
it's just
up.
like Vision like just.
Well, and then there's also when
I
Vision went
think
right
he
through Ant-Man.
I think Dave's phone went off, and the sound of his phone distracted him.
And he forgot this line was
No, I
crossed.
generally fucked up. I
No, I thought
until you said it, I thought it was.
I thought it was
Tony,
Iron
and
Man
then
the
you're
first
right.
one.
Vision saw a laser pointer and felt the need to leave the airport.
What's in you being a cat person?
Vision didn't pass the metal detector test to get into the airport, and
He didn't have it. He just-
it took a couple of minutes to get through Securitas.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave. 2 things you didn't like about the movie. Say your thing. Say your thing from
Okay.
outside. It's a valid point.
Okay, my frustration was, and I agree with Kevin Smith and Mark Nern when they talk about it, because basically what happens is Robert Downey Jr. or whatever, Tony Stark, calls Winter Soldier, the Manchurian Candidate, about 10 minutes before he decides he's going to kill him because he killed his parents. So clearly he knows that he had no control over the actions. So he just goes balls to the wall. Now, don't get me wrong. It leads up to an amazing fight scene with amazing characters.
Absolutely.
That is over the fucking top, which is awesome and perfect. And I love the way they fight, and I love the way they go at each other.
The stakes
It's
are high.
amazing. Oh, fucking high.
Yeah.
So I get that. It just bothers me about how much he flips out over it because he's finding out that his parents were murdered. Okay, I understand that his parents were murdered. And
Yeah,
that's what you
but
got.
keep in mind, he's really old, and he, for decades, thought his parents died in a car crash.
exactly.
And he blamed
That's-
his dad.
Exactly. And so when you guys bring these points up, I go, okay, you're right. I was thinking of it too critically at that moment, and I was thinking of it in too linear of a fashion. It was too much of a, why would he freak out? He knew. But you're right. So when you guys brought those points up, along with others,
I
earlier-
also brought a point up that I'm like, Dave, if a friend of yours peed on your floor, you would, even if you're like, oh, he's drunk, you didn't know what he's doing, you would fucking kill that guy. Now picture him touching your mom's tit.
Exactly.
Never less killing
You
her.
didn't even get to the mom's tit part before you're like, you're right, I would have killed him. So I get it. So when you say it like that, I think more emotionally and then understand where the thought process
Child's
comes
rage,
from.
man.
Yeah.
Do you have
So I
a
get
do,
that.
do you have a second thing that would have grinded your gears about the movie?
Totally.
Okay.
Totally. I want a fourth.
All right, go for
To
it.
be
Dave.
continued.
Go for it, Dave.
No, I want a fourth. That's the only thing that
he wants
bothers me.
another
Okay.
cap. Civil
Oh,
War.
okay.
I
Oh,
want- I
I
want
thought
a-
you meant I want a fourth point I can make to shit on it.
No,
No, I want a
that-
fourth Captain America.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna bring up
Could
mine.
have been
I'm
longer.
gonna bring up mine, and this is only because, like, in the cinema we saw it not very close, but the camera work in the beginning of the movie is super, super shaky. Then we saw it again, and I'm like, the camera work is still super shaky. Like in Winter Soldier, you got a nice long shot where he kicks a guy who falls off a boat. You feel the kick, and you're like, that's a kick. And that guy fell off. I'm sure, like, everything I've seen in the trailers looks awesome. And all the shaky camera work I complained about on my laptop looks awesome. So I'm pretty sure on home video, all that crap, the only things I have to complain about will totally work.
Well, the
Yeah,
same.
but
Go.
It bothers me, and we talked about this last week, and it bothers me that you don't like the shaky cam stuff. Not because of the shaky cam, and I get it, because that's one of your biggest pet peeves as well as mine. Because too many directors don't know how to film action, and they make it so up close, so all you see is this minute second that of this hand,
Blurred
and then this
shoulder.
other hand. It's
Yeah.
stupid. So I get it. I thought that the shots were relatively pulled back, considering it was shaky cam, and for me, it gave me this intense Jason Bourne feel to it. Because what happens is they're running after to get this biological weapon, which I get. It's an intense, intimate area, so it's supposed to be feel confined. It's supposed to make the stakes feel really, really high. Because if he drops it, they are all dying, and everyone there is dying. So when they were fighting, like when Black Widow was fighting, and they pull back, and she does these amazing stunts in these tight quarters because she is the fucking bomb, and does all this stuff. You don't get the shaky cam for that. You get the shaky cam when they're running after it.
Yep.
Guess what? It makes me feel like I'm running after it. You'll see, I think, next time you watch it, there's a lot less shaky cam than you think it is. But I know it's one of your biggest pet peeves. That's why for you it seems bigger. So you'll watch it at
I'm
home. and be like,
preconditioned to be
okay, you're
annoyed.
right. Exactly. You're going to watch it at home and be like, yeah, it was fine. You know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought. So I know that's going to happen next time we watch it at my place.
Well, that's the thing right there. Okay, like when you watched Avengers 1, didn't you find the beginning of Avengers 1 like the type of cinema that they were doing at the beginning when you see Nick Fury get off the helicopter and like Loki shows up? It was a little like TV.
There's a little,
And I felt
They saved the budget
yes,
for
yo,
their ad.
exactly.
And you're like,
But and
"Oh,
it's
my fucking
huge.
money."
But no, but that's the thing, right? That's I think what they had to do for Cap Civil War at the beginning. They had
see,
to
I don't
show
think they
it.
had to do that.
They had to show it a little bit smaller to maybe save a budget, or just to show how big this movie could be.
No, I think that it actually personally brings a point across in the movie that they are going after, or they're trying to stop what they think is going to be a theft. So they realize that what they think is a target is not the target. And it's this biological weapon. And they find out it's a biological weapon. And Crossbones has it. And this is fucking bad news. And they don't want anyone to get their hands on it. So they are in, if you pay attention to the beginning of the whole movie, in a big crowd of people. There are so many opportunities and possibilities for somebody to get hurt that it makes the intensity of it that much more. It's because if they make one mistake, which they did at the end, as we all see, not the end of the movie, at the end of the fight, innocent people die. Yeah. It could have been so much worse than it was. They are fighting for everyone's lives there, and people don't even know it. So I don't think it
Thunderbolt
makes it feel...
Ross don't give a shit about that.
Well, especially when it becomes Red
He just
Hulk.
wants to fuck your shit up with the Sokovia Act.
Yeah, but when but when he becomes Red Hulk and kills everyone and takes a gun to shoot fucking A-bomb. Yeah. Anyway,
oh man,
Thunderbolt.
That's a story for another day.
No, it's like you could have killed those people in the market. Or B, you killed a bunch of bureaucrats in a building. Thunderbolt Ross don't like that shit. You killed his people.
Yeah, not my people.
You killed the white collar.
Let my people go.
You killed the people you golfed with.
So I don't find it made it feel low budget. I find it made it feel like they were in a real city.
More intense.
I have
real
one.
intense. We're
Close
real
shot.
people who are having a harder time in life could be killed, and all they can do is their best to stop that. So to me, no part of that movie even kind of felt TV or cheap or whatever. In fact, the opening sequence of that movie, I thought, felt big. Like, it felt like a big, intense, like this is, and I know they're saying this isn't an Avengers 3. It's Avengers 3. It's Avengers 3 with Cap bringing the whole thing along because it's the Cap storyline, which I get, which is cool.
Which Avengers 1 almost had a Cap. Avengers 1 almost had a Cap storyline too.
Well,
though.
yeah.
It just got edited out.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
hanging
that's-
out the waitress and all that
the
stuff.
waitress and Wi-Fi.
But
and
guys, I
gym.
just saw my number 2, and it's oh my god, I can't
saw
believe
it?
I can't believe I have to
Mind?
throw Marvel under the bus about this. But this is something I like. When you were talking, I just realized that's like the most obvious. Like, why the fuck didn't they do this? They kind of brought it up, but shouldn't Wakanda be super mega duper pissed about not the incident that happens in the beginning of Civil War? Shouldn't they be way more mad about the Hulkbuster and Hulk fight that happened in Wakanda? Like, fuckloads more
Avengers,
people got injured and killed there, right?
No.
Yeah, Age
They
of
don't
Ultron.
even, they don't even bring up Wakanda.
Disagree.
That video went viral.
That wasn't Wakanda. That was Johannesburg.
Exactly.
Are you?
Wakanda's a made up place in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, no, but
in Johannesburg is completely different. Like on the map.
but in Age of Ultron,
yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Hulk goes nuts in Wakanda.
No, it was Johannesburg.
No,
It was
it's
Johannesburg.
Wakanda because they went to Wakanda to go find the uranium.
Vibranium.
The vibranium. That's where Ultron goes to get the vibranium to make his body that eventually turns into Vision. And
Wakanda's a jungle country.
Yeah, with mountains and
No,
shit.
that's Johannesburg.
Yeah, Johannesburg's
I-
a city in Africa.
but when they were on their way there, what's it called? It's like, oh, it's in this. And Bruce Banner is looking on a computer. It's like he's headed to get the stuff that your shield is made of. It's called a Wakanda. And then they show up.
That I agree.
The thief
But
guy.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they go to the
He's
Wakanda.
headed there, but that's not where they end up.
I'm fucking
not
pretty
what-
sure they're in Wakanda.
Well, maybe we're all wrong and we're stupid.
Well, for one, it was filmed in Johannesburg for sure.
Okay. But regardless of it,
That's
not
nice.
A whole bunch of people didn't die.
Well,
No, in comparison,
Everyone looked just injured.
everyone was
in
injured.
Civil War,
They
it was
destroy
obvious
a
that they
building
were
that's
dead.
under construction. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
People get off the elevator in the fight.
Oh, you know,
People
yeah,
run away
okay,
from
okay.
the fight. Like people
Yeah,
are
people are covered in
injured,
dust and
but
shit. Yeah.
There are definitely people injured. but nobody's dying.
any update fact checker, Devin?
No, nobody cares. Like, it's just like
apparently we're all arguing about
like I put Hulkbuster Age of Ultron location. No, I can show you the fight, but other
Okay,
than that,
who gives a
like,
shit? All right, moving on.
It's Johannesburg.
Moving on.
Nobody else is going to listen to this. Is
All
gonna
right.
care or
Okay.
fact check it
Have
out.
you ever been to South Africa?
Dude, I haven't even been to like Little Africa.
We got one. We got one in Montreal. I know Chinatown. I didn't know we had a little Africa.
apparently.
Okay. Anyhow, moving on.
Okay, wait, but essentially what we were just doing there is we were nitpicking on a movie we all agree was
Amazing.
somewhat perfect.
And we had to really stretch to find anything.
Because I've seen it twice. You've seen it twice, Dave.
We've all seen it twice.
We've all seen it twice. And I loved it the second time, too.
I preferred it the second time.
Yeah, for sure.
I
When
preferred it
we
the
went to
second time.
Guzo,
And all I want to do is kiss its feet and give Marvel all my money.
and you don't even like feet.
I want to
Okay,
lick their
I
toes.
saw Deadpool and went, there's no going wrong. All I'm gonna see is incredible with BVS, and I know we bitched about BVS last time. And then I'm sorry.
No, 1 second.
And then
1 second.
I was deeply hurt after that movie. Deeply hurt.
They made a quarter. They made a $20 coin, like Canadian coin, after BS. Like Batman and Superman are on a Canadian coin together.
That's kind
And
of
it's
cool.
stupid.
That's probably one of the coolest parts of the movie.
Canada Post merchandise. Like, I mean, that's essentially what Batman has.
I just can't believe it.
So anyway,
Okay.
I went into Civil War, and I knew it was going to be incredible. And I saw it, and it was incredible. And I felt so good after seeing it that the second time I saw it, I was completely elated and loved every second of it and went, this is the fucking, oh my God.
Okay.
Why? We are so lucky that 10 years after
This
starting
happened.
this,
Yeah.
that this is what we're getting now, and everyone takes this seriously.
Oh, man. Yeah, very true.
Are we good? Are we good, Brian?
Are we back? We're back!
Okay, so
We never left.
Okay, well, like
Okay.
I just want to do like we'll just do this real quick. This is like lightning round, okay? We'll start with Dave and we'll come around this way.
And we're done.
Just
yes.
favorite moment of Civil War. Just your favorite moment. Like it doesn't like you can't say like the whole airport scene. Like you have
No,
to,
I
like,
know.
your favorite moment.
Are we okay? Let me ask one thing to make sure that we're being very specific. Is it moment like I mean, like you're saying
Verbal moment or action
Are we
moment?
talking about action? Are we
Like
talking
we're-
about whatever? Or is it something that you find particularly stands out about the movie? It's not that was the best scene.
Something that happened in like 10 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Like just like 5 to 10 seconds.
Got it.
Something that was just like Like you just like those those moments in
For me,
superhero
one of the
movies.
best parts of that movie, and that sticks in my mind, and it's probably a big reason is because of the trailers. But when Winter Soldier is trying to rip the power source out of out of Tony's fucking suit, it's just it's all intensity at that point in time, and it's nothing but sheer will.
With the close up of his face.
And the sheer will, and it's all power, it's all motivation, and you realize that these superheroes, Winter Soldier not so much superhero, I understand what everyone can say, but well, he does become Cap for the record. It's just doing all this stuff, and these people who are technically on the same side hate each other in that moment and want to destroy each other. Not kill necessarily. Well, Tony wants to kill, but he doesn't want to kill. He's just trying to stop
That's what's so
them.
cool
And
about Buck.
It's everything about
Lightning
it.
round.
Sorry, that
Ryan.
wasn't lightning at all.
Yeah, that was lightning in a fucking.
Shut the fuck up and say your
That was
point.
lightning in an aquarium as opposed to a bottle.
Fish could still die.
A lightning in a whale aquarium. My favorite part was, I don't know, like, let's say first impressions. When I saw that trailer and I saw that web zip the shield out of his hands, that's Spider-Man coming to the fucking Marvel Universe for the first time. That's the same single frame that shows that Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't make like $1 billion, and that, according to them, that's a failure. And they said to Marvel, "Here's your boy back." You know,
want the rights.
we got him. Lightning round. I'm gonna say that it's Giant Man. Like I was completely blown away. I love Paul Rudd, and Giant Man was.
When they showed the chemistry to it, like the physicality
yeah.
of him going very slow because his density is bigger.
Well, also, I mean,
resistance.
Spider-Man did get to use Empire Strikes Back reference because of Ant-Man, so
Which made it
I'm
that
just
much
gonna
better.
It was so sweet.
That really
Myself on
old
the
movie.
back for picking that one. Jason.
Mine would have to be. It's totally with Cap and Buck. Probably when, for one, it would be when Black Panther is going to slash him after that crazy run with the cars, and you see Cap. Like the freaking cars going behind him, and he freaking lunges at freaking Black Panther right before he slashes Buck. I was like, oh God, they love each other.
oh man, there's this part at the end, and sorry for any. I don't know. I guess this is spoilerific.
Is when they say they're 100 years old.
Everyone already knows this, but it's just like when Cap for the first time in any movie is really like Cap's pushed the limit too, and when he's fighting Tony, you look in his face.
I thought he was going all head. I thought he was going for the neck,
he's
man.
going to destroy an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just going, and then
Just like,
and then the helmet comes off, and he's about to bring the shield down, and I said out loud, I'm like, no.
I was next to him. I can vouch for this.
Yeah.
and
the angle was
hand
perfect. No, but the
outreach.
angle was perfect. Like when it came down and you saw it go for the arc. You know, like you were just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Good times. All right, so Civil War, what would you give it out of 10? Or 4-star wise or whatever.
No, we always did that out of 10.
Any 9.9.
Wow.
Okay,
I'm gonna
it's
say a 9.
solid.
I'm gonna say a 9 because once again,
Winter Soldier.
I'm a bitch, and I just kept thinking Winter Soldier's my 11 out of 10. So, you know,
Yeah, but we
You go first,
discussed
Jay.
this as well last week.
I'd give it a strong 9. Strong 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 9 as well. Yeah. I
all
think
right.
that's,
Now, now to be pricks, they say you shouldn't rise something up you shouldn't bring something down just to rise something up. But life's a seesaw, and get over it. What would you give BVS?
Starting with D.
Yeah.
Is there a negative score?
Oh, burn!
I'm going a little far.
Take that, Warners.
I was deeply hurt by this movie. I'll give it a 2. Wow. Oh yeah, even the thing that I thought would make me fucking hard.
What is this?
which
Dancing with
gonna
the Stars?
Yeah, which
Jesus,
is
that's
gonna-
harsh.
Okay, Batman in a suit that's made to fucking take down Superman, and Batman in all his genius. All he can do is this crappy ass little suit that looks kind of cool, not as cool as I was expecting. Can barely do anything to hurt him.
we got Iron Man
too
movies.
slow. Because look at Iron Man, how fast he moves.
Exactly.
He moves, and Iron Man's suit is stronger than
'Cause
fucking
he's a
Batman's suit.
genius.
And all he does is bring Superman down the same corridor and hit him with 3 different things.
With fart guns.
I'm sorry. No,
Fart
then the
guns.
fart guns come afterwards.
It's not even the Green Hornet ones. Like the Green Hornet
special effect
mist.
from Casper that Uncle Stinky
Yeah.
burps into Bill's.
Yeah,
It's
all the time.
Why would Superman
Start-
walk towards these things and
Fart
get
gun.
hit by rounds and this hurts? No, it doesn't. You would just keep walking. It
Fart
doesn't
gun.
matter to you. It's like swatting a fly. It's like I can live with
And
it.
people didn't get the humor in that. Like it was green farts.
It's true.
Ryan.
Toad breath.
All right. The thing about Batman v Superman is I was just kind of like, I gotta say, the first 20 minutes I was in. The Metropolis, Bruce Wayne's perspective of the alien invasion, I was totally in.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, why the
they-
fuck is Metropolis right next to Gotham?
It's where
Dumbest
Bloodhaven.
thing
It's
ever.
where Bloodhaven's supposed to be.
My turn to
Sorry.
talk.
Shut up.
All right.
Shit what you have to say.
And another thing about it, it was just like 20 minutes in, they lost me. As soon as the dream came, I'm like, oh, that's badly.
Which one of the 4?
Exactly. I'm like, ooh, that's bad.
hovering
that's
one?
badly placed. No, the dream in the desert. I'm like, that's kind of badly placed.
It should have been
And
Damien.
the fighting looks.
I agree.
And the fighting looks a little weak. And then after that, I'm like, there's this weird Power Ranger guy that comes out of a Power Ranger guy that comes out of a glowing.
He was Latino.
Comes out of one of those fucking like glowing orbs from Reboot.
I actually thought it was one of those
you know,
cherry-
where they're like,
I wish Jay
warning,
was right.
incoming game. Like he just looked like one of those tears or rips or a tear from Reboot. So this Power Ranger guy's sticking his head out of it. He's all Voltron, and then his mask opens up to make a big revelation to be some asshole in a red mask that no one recognizes.
Exactly.
And then we're 18 people, right? to
But
go
I
see
was
this
convinced
movie.
it was Jason Todd.
Exactly, which
Let-
I thought was brilliant.
Let me fucking say it.
You take too long.
So we're watching. No, it's called talking so people can actually comprehend it. Have you heard our last episode? Shut the fuck up.
Fast talker.
Dude, that's why you imitate us all the time.
So anyway, this guy in a red mask. It's like I'm like, who the fuck is this? I know it's supposed to be Flash. Commonly knowledge is like, oh, he probably Flash, but why is he dressed like a Power Ranger? This could be anything. And then Jason said, as you said, you thought it was Red Hood. So did I. I'm like, it can't be Flash. Flash doesn't need a Power Ranger outfit. In any iteration I've ever seen of the Flash going through time, he's never had to have Voltron, you know?
At all.
So I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of weird.
That's not your rating.
I could
You just
talk.
did start with a rating.
I know. Okay, fuck. 4, 4 or 5, because like whatever, it still had effects in it and shit. But the very thing that grinds my gears to this day, and I'll fucking
Where's Doomsday's
I will
dick?
fight anybody on. No, whatever.
Nobody cares.
I'm not even bring up the Doomsday thing. The part that really bothers me is just this. After Batman, and I'll let you guys do the other one because I'm sure you'll bring this up. But after Batman decides not to kill Superman with this fucking spear, he just kind of throws it away casually. It's like, yep, here's this one-of-a-kind meteorite rock. Whatever.
Put it back in the
I'm
fucking
rich.
folder it was in.
Yeah,
I'm rich.
Yeah, I'm rich, bitch. And then Lois Lane's like, ooh, a puddle. No one will check here. And then it's like, oh shit, something's happening. I don't know what's happening. It's in our city that's across the street apparently, but I probably need a spear that I put in this puddle.
Across the river.
You're gonna be a puddle down by the river. All right, whatever. So that's me bitching about it. And
I feel you guys are being generous because normally I'm the generous one when it comes
It's
to
very
I
true.
gave fucking,
It's taken years for you to be this much of an ass.
so for me to call it a 2, I think you guys are like.
Okay, but Devin, hit him with what?
Sorry, Dev.
Hit him with your rating.
I'm gonna blow all of your minds right now because I'm actually gonna give it a higher rating than if you combine
2 and 4?
your scores
I
together.
was hoping you're gonna blow us.
No, I'm gonna give it
do that after.
a 6.5.
Oh my God!
No, but hear me out, and I'm not gonna take down the movie. I'm just gonna show you my logic on it. There are so many bad superhero movies, and
Okay.
think about it.
sorry.
Like, it's better than Wolverine Origins.
Better than Fantastic
It's
Four.
better than X-Men 3.
See, I
It's
had
better
more
than
fun at
Fantastic
Origins
Four.
Wolverine.
So I have to stack it up on the backs of all that shit. And that gets me up to like a 6.5. Because even between 6.5 and 9, which is Civil War, there's a lot of movies that place in there. But under 6, there's there's Wolverine, there's a bunch of the X-Men's for me,
Catwoman.
Spider-Man 3, Catwoman,
I
Green
found
Lantern.
Catwoman better than this movie.
Holy crap, D.
Oh, wow.
You were really mad after
Dude,
Catwoman.
I was so fucking deeply hurt and scarred.
Why don't you give an orphan AIDS when you're at it, you cruel bastard?
Okay, so this is how upset I was.
First
Not
world
only did they
problems.
fuck up Doomsday, which was the
First world problems.
the first comic book I ever had.
Okay.
So they fuck up Doomsday, and it was given. Anyway, that's a long story. They fuck up Doomsday.
I think
they
those-
fuck up Batman versus Superman, which is brilliant concept. They fucked up everything.
See, if this was America, you could sue Warner Brothers for emotional distress. Like Zack Snyder, you could probably get away. Like this
No,
movie.
I actually personally don't think it was Zack Snyder.
Not at all.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think
I
so.
think it was Zack Snyder's fault.
All right.
No, I disagree. I've never not liked the thing that Zack Snyder has done. I think he's a brilliant at the way he's a director because everything he does, I'm like, I would be right there. I'm like, I just want to stroke his cock for him, just so you can make better stuff that I want to watch. So
Do you
I
edit
truly
out
do
the
not
stroking cock stuff because I
No,
find there's a
not at
lot
all.
of it.
Well,
Okay.
that's why it's called the Bachelor Party.
Okay, it's Jason's turn now.
Okay, so wait. Okay, so
Lightning round.
I will say that I'll out of 10, I give it a 3.2.
See,
Why?
Wow,
Why?
Such anger.
Why the 2? Because Zack Snyder deserves 0.2 of my love, mainly because my favorite superhero movie of all time is The Watchmen. Mainly because it's better than the comic book. I've read the comic book at least 4 to 6 times, and I still watch the movie more than I've read the comic book, which is for a comic book geek.
and with the extended
Amazing.
cut,
Yeah, oh
with
my
everything
God,
in
the
it, it's
extended cut.
amazing.
4 hours and 10 minutes of a movie. It's amazing. Now, why am I not talking about BS? Because it's not worth my fucking time.
Okay.
I just out of curiosity, I want to just see if we can just do a real lightning round, real quick, because I'm loving the ability for us not to do it. So lightning round is you're just gonna say your rating out of 10 of
not
this
explain
movie, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna point to you. I'm gonna point to me too.
Okay.
So
You have to say in the name because people
okay,
can't
yeah,
hear you point.
Watchmen.
Oh, fucking 9.5.
Nah, 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
See,
9.9 again, actually.
9.9 again.
I felt like I had to be less, all the way up here. 9.9,
that-
no
that-
problem.
I fucking love Watchmen
Now,
from beginning to end. I will never
Do you guys
skip. I'll never
think
fast
that's
forward.
why that you're so harsh on Batman versus Superman is just because of what he was able to do?
Well,
it
Sucker
was
punch, not a pinch, punch. 9.9.
Oh,
Man, if it was called Pinch, I'd give it a higher rating, man.
9.9.
Sucker Pinch?
Brilliant.
Ooh.
Brilliant use
Sounds
of
sexy.
amazing songs, brilliant use of visuals, a story within a story within a story. Wait a second, I feel like I've seen that movie.
Yeah, but
Inception.
Dave, 1 second. If it was a bunch of dudes dressed all skimpy, what would you give the rating?
9.9. Have you
Whoa.
seen 300?
Oh, yeah, right.
You got a little gay. Then we went
That
a
was
little
awesome.
lesbo.
Like you didn't even flinch it either.
Alright. I completely don't agree with Sucker Punch, but it's all good. We all have.
I
the
do
right
not
to
agree
our
with Sucker
opinions.
Punch, but that's
So
not.
this is
I like
it's
it.
not about
That's
Sucker
not the
Punch.
point.
No, I like
Before
Sucker
we
Punch.
wrap up this little specific conversation and wrap up this episode, because we've actually been talking for half an hour, and I think
That
that's
was
enough
fast.
time for that. Before we wrap this up, Devin, I understand why you're saying what you're saying based on movies, but as far as I'm concerned, we were talking about this outside afterwards. When you look at a comic book movie after Iron Man, and you got the Dark Knight trilogy, Dark Knight the same summer. As far as I'm concerned, every comic book movie after that had a standard to live up to, and everything before that, I will call the dark times. Now the dark,
No, they're not the
Dark Ages.
times.
now the dark times made some mistakes, but after
They were the Bronze Age.
but after Iron Man,
I like the brown eye.
when you
You
make
put up with some shit.
when you make the same mistakes post Iron Man World, post Iron Man Dark Knight Summer, and you make the same fucking stupid mistakes they were making back in 2000,
when they didn't take it all
go
seriously.
fuck yourself.
I'd like to revise my answer.
No, but think about it.
Because this was your point you made outside. You're like,
it's very
when
valid.
you watch a movie after Iron Man changed everything. And I'm like,
Iron
I
Man.
agree.
Iron
I
Man came
understand
out
what
in
you're
May.
saying, like if you're putting it in that spectrum, that there's stuff that comes between for the most part and after. I think that there's way. If you forget a comic book movie, compare it to a movie you would go see, because I think you're giving it too much because it's a comic book movie. Whereas I visualize it as a movie that if I'm going to go watch a movie, I'm first and foremost, I'm supposed to be entertained. If I'm bored and thinking about when this movie is going to be over in a comic book movie or a movie alone, that's not
Makes
a good
me want
sign.
to punch myself in the dick.
And then when it's a comic book movie that had the potential to be everything that was, because I saw Man of Steel in theaters and I'm like, I left the theater and I'm like, can I buy another ticket to see it again? Because that was incredible.
I like
Dude,
Man of Steel a lot.
Dude, you
I
had
love
two
people
Robin
around
Hoods
you.
as a dad.
I know.
It's amazing.
Even better. I didn't even consider that.
Oh,
That was
you didn't-
brilliant.
Costner.
No, I
Crow.
didn't consider Robin and Robin Hood, but that's see, none of us. did.
That's what gives a Superman a Superman.
They should, General Zod
Robin
should have
Hood.
been played by like a CGI Errol Flynn. Then he could have had 3 Robin Hoods.
Holy
I
shit!
saw Man of Steel, and in my mind, I was like, Doomsday is going to be an amazing, incredible.
You know what? It does not
best fight ever.
You know
and
what? You're totally right. It doesn't even feel like the same director as Man of Steel. Because I know
nothing hits
telling
hard.
you.
Nothing feels
Zack
like
Snyder
it
made the bad.
matters.
Like one of the decisions I heard that Zack Snyder made was the Jesse, what's his face? Eisenberg. He was supposed to be Jimmy Olsen.
That would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
But apparently,
That would have been an amazing Jimmy Olsen.
But see,
Devin said something great about Billy Zane.
Billy Zane would have been a perfect Lex Luthor, but that's not the point
Absolutely.
here.
Agreed.
The point is, he what's the guy's name? Jesse Eisenberg. He auditioned for Jimmy Olsen, and Zack Snyder found him creepy enough to play Lex Luthor. I don't know what haunts Zack Snyder's dreams, but if it's a Jesse Eisenberg type, I want his problems. Like that's like I'm scared of Jesse Eisenberg.
that guy
He
delivered.
twitches.
That guy delivered me pizza once, and he wanted a tip.
He didn't leave me alone.
Look, I think he would have been a much better Jimmy Olsen. But the fact that they had Jimmy Olsen be an undercover agent
They get shot in the face in the first
was
2 minutes.
fucking dumb. It's like, why would you use Jimmy Olsen for that? I mean, everyone knows it's the icon. Like, at least have him do something. Anything but that. You got that was such a throwaway of Jimmy Olsen. And second,
And he's a main character.
Yes!
He's such a main character.
I think they teach you that in CIA school. Like, don't tell them you're CIA. They usually kill you.
It's like the first rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club.
I'm CIA. Oh.
Oh, that
Dead.
would be good. So no, anyway, look, I feel like giving it lower than a 2 now, but at least it deserves a 2. I got Batman and Superman in it, so it gets 1 point each.
Okay, but
Wow. So Wonder Woman doesn't count for a point? She was great.
Actually, you're right.
Look.
If anything, I want to revise it
Okay.
higher because of Wonder
Okay,
Woman
so
being
wait.
awesome.
Yeah, but like, see, like my favorite character in that one was Jeremy Irons as Alfred. He was great.
He was an amazing Alfred, agreed. He
was great.
My problem is that I forget him as Alfred and I forget Wonder Woman because I'm so deeply scarred that they fucked up Batman.
You
and
forget Wonder Woman?
I did, considering we were just talking about outside how amazing she was, and it was my favorite part of the whole movie.
hey, Affleck's a good Bruce Wayne, man.
Don't
No,
get me
he
wrong,
looks good.
amazing
He
Bruce
looks good.
Wayne, but they didn't allow him to be Bruce Wayne, and they didn't allow him to be a right Batman.
Well, they didn't allow him to have that characterization of like the thing that makes Batman is the like no matter how shitty things are, he doesn't kill, and that's what makes him Batman. So as a result, he has to try 50 times as harder. And that whole like I know everything before everything happens. Like when Doomsday came, this is one thing I'll say about Affleck's Batman that kind of bothered me. He has always this kind of look of astonishment on his face and this gaspy expression with his mouth hanging open. And I'm kind of
Must be hard to breathe.
And I'm kind of like, you know what? Bruce would have just been super cool about it and just made the plan. You know, like Captain America and the Avengers, where it's just like,
That's why
Cap,
he's-
what's up? Because the best part of Avengers 1,
Oh God, yeah.
Like
The Circle.
How-
The Circle.
how can-
He's the captain. He tells people what to do.
There's a billion things about Avengers 1 that's the best part about Avengers 1, but just the whole, like, this is why we love comic books. This is why I'm hard for non-sexual reasons. It's just like Tony, a character who always is just like, fuck off, Captain America, my dad's stupid friend, fuck you, I'm Iron Man.
Yeah.
He gets like, what do we do, Captain? And that's the first moment of saying, you're the leader. And all of a sudden, Cap is ready. Because it's not like...
He knows it.
He knows it. He's just like, you. All right, you go to the top. Thor, get on that tower, light him up. Widow, we're going to take the fight to the ground. And Hulk... Smash. And then all of a sudden, it's on! Fuck yeah! Everything else is amazing! 40 fucking minutes of goddamn, I waited my whole goddamn life for this! Shit! And then you think
Clench
it's
up
over.
like a lass.
And then you think it's over. And it's not! And they didn't have
They
any...
make so many more movies after this that we love.
And they didn't have any of that in BBS.
But that's the thing. No, but that's the thing about BS versus Civil War. The second that you go, like, when Iron Man goes, "You killed my mother," you're like, "Oh, you're fucking dead."
And then BBS is like, you have to say Martha. Why did you say that? Martha.
They
Wait,
could have made up for everything in that movie with a good Doomsday fight. Is all I'm saying.
like that's what I'm getting at. Like that whole thing is like, I found maybe the music was better in Civil War and the stakes were higher.
Everything's better.
But no, but like, is it the whole thing? Is it the whole thing? They go like, okay, you want what's gonna make this movie better? Civil War, one cape. That's it. No two capes.
Visions.
No two capes.
Wears a sweater half the time.
No two capes. Two capes. That's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Two capes.
Yeah, Warner Brothers. Why bother? Ooh.
You put a cape in the front, cape in the back. Two capes. No good.
All right. So, final thoughts on Marvel versus DC 2016.
Too many capes.
So far, we have in the corner, we have Deadpool, which was a winner, which is a Marvel
cape.
Fox property, but still a semi-Marvel. So let's call it a semi.
It's a Marvel
Look,
creation.
it says Marvel when the movie
Yeah, let's
starts.
let's
Come
call,
on.
Let's call it a semi. Now, granted, there's 2 semis and 2 Marvel movies actually coming out this year. One only comes out in November.
Ooh, I got a great
But
one.
but in the summer battling or whatever, we got 2 proper DCs. We got 2 semis and an official Marvel one. So far, in the corner of Marvel, with their first semi, we have a big win. Then DC takes a big loss.
Big dump.
Then Marvel gets a big critical and box office win.
Humongo.
Now, to tie it up, if X-Men sucks, they can bring the average down, and the Suicide Squad's fucking awesome, then we got close to a tie. So we'll see what the rest of the summer.
Marvel would be winning.
Yeah,
Okay,
probably.
Me too, too.
Yeah.
Because Deadpool was incredible.
Because Deadpool and Civil War are fucking
Deadpool-
phenomenal. Yeah.
Okay, there could have just been Deadpool this year, and they could have had Suicide Squad, and they could have had BBS, and with how badly it bombed, and as far as I'm concerned, I believe that Suicide Squad is going to be incredible for the simple fact of it's much lighter tone and a different tone, so it's going to be great, and it seems to hopefully be a little bit more along the lines of Guardians, as and less along the lines of super serious Batman.
Well, the way they advertise it, they take a 70s rock song that everyone always likes. That's what they did in Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's what they did, man.
So I think that
I can't wait to get the new
Suicide Squad's gonna be
soundtrack.
incredible. And then Batman v Superman was all craptacular as far as everyone knows I'm concerned. And Deadpool. And if you put those 2 things up against Deadpool, I think they come out almost even. So
Well, no, but like it's just great that Marvel has the PG know-how to make that shit happen, and then they finally had another R-rated, and it wasn't a Blade movie. You know, like it's kind of cool to see another R-rated movie.
Yeah, and just a little thing for Devin, if you want to chime in on this, because you like listen to as many reviews, blogs, and online shows. Since the Batman v Superman thing has gone down, Ben Affleck is now the executive producer of the Justice League. There are some serious behind-the-scenes things happening. A shift in power,
Oh,
you could say.
yeah.
And Flash's director quit. Aquaman's director is on the fence. Things are fucked up.
The best things to happen to DC to date is obviously Ben Affleck being executive producer on Justice League. That basically means he gets to go like yes or no. Like Zack Snyder can't really take a shit without Ben Affleck say so.
They should have sucked Chris Nolan's dick after he tried to leave. They should be like, "I'm sorry, you could come on our faces."
Yeah. And now,
and because it would have made
Okay,
and DC now has a creative director. Like Marvel has Kevin Feige, Star Wars
You need an
has
overview.
Christine something, I forget. But now Jeff Johns has stepped up to co-run the DC universe to like give it some semblance of
cohesion.
yeah.
They don't have anyone at the top who knows all the stuff around it. I've said it before, and I will say it again, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face because I believe it's true. I think for Warner Brothers, this DC universe they're trying to create was such a big deal. They saw what Man of Steel could be, and it reminds me very much of the Spider-Man with Sam Raimi that Ryan has talked about. All of a sudden, there are 20 people telling him, now these things have to be in it, and it has to be like this, because, we know it's a superhero movie, but it's going to set everything up, and it's going to be amazing. I think if they'd let Zach do what he wanted to do, and give him a little bit of a helping hand or something like that, it would have been a far superior movie. Because when you watch them talk about this movie, they have to try to make it seem like it matters and things were done for a reason. But that.
Well, that's the problem too. Zack Snyder is a one comic man. Okay, he does one comic book. Okay, he had 3 comic books in one movie, and it exploded in his face.
I will say this though, that I know what you're talking about. How kind of like when someone's selling a movie and they're like, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be the best movie ever," and it's just like I listen on Fab and on Batman in detail with the director of Fantastic Four, the new one.
Oh, God.
And it made me
I still haven't seen it.
want to go to that fucking movie with you. And I'm like,
we did.
Josh Trank, I heard, man, this guy's a nice guy. He's fucking believes in his movie. Dave, let's go. And then we watched in the theater, and I'm just watching. I'm like, what the fuck was this guy talking about?
I just rewatched that movie on Sunday.
It's
And
a
I'm
bucket
like-
of shit. I don't have to rewatch it.
No, I knew it was a pile of shit. I was curious because...
Devin, say your pitch, man, about the real movie that should have happened.
Oh, we don't got time. We gotta.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Anyway, that's true. That's a discussion for another day.
I will just quickly say that Fantastic Four, or Four, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it was the beginning of the movie. It was the first act. That's what that was. It was the first act of the movie. They just made it stupid long.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow,
That's all it was. Had there been 2 other acts, we would have been okay.
all right. Anyhow, so we're gonna wrap up this episode because it's gonna be called Marvel vs. DC 2016. So far, you know the stats. So far, you know what's in. There's a lot of summer left. X-Men comes out in a couple of weeks, and yep, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So for everyone listening at home, good luck, good speed, and if you disagree with us, comment. I love that shit. I want to hear your anger. I want to hear you say, "You fucking virgins have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about."
like you live in your mother's
I've seen
basement.
that fucking movie 7 times, and Batman v Superman should win an Academy Award. I will then say, I understand that you need someone to help you eat your pudding in the morning and that you crap in a bag, but you know.
So your friends call him Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ah.
What? They're
Hawking-
He's a
Come on.
genius.
Stephen
He's a
Hawking's-
genius, Dave.
A lot of people out there like that movie, and we want to know
What?
why you like
It's
that
about
movie.
cheating.
Shut the fuck up. So anyway, a lot of people out there like this movie. We didn't. There's some
Civil
people
War
that
we
like
loved.
Civil War. We did.
We did,
If you
yeah.
disagree, comment below.
It's because they like capes.
All right. With that said and done, I'm Ryan Stickgelda.
I've been Dave Barrett.
Ben Davis.
Devin Boudreaux.
Jason Boudreaux.
And this is the Bachelor Party. All right.
No capes.